Everything is fine here on Detention Block AA23, a Star Wars podcast. I'm Mike, joined by Dustin, who's in lacrosse right now in a wonderful hotel room doing
Yeah,
work.
I'm not
Getting
supposed to tell people where I am. All the stalkers.
everything is fine here on Detention Block AA. Uh-oh. Hold on. My volume's on my
Danger,
recorder.
Will Robinson.
What's that?
The Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah. Um, anyways, we're Detention Block AA23, a Star Wars podcast, here to talk Star Wars with all you fans out there. We're probably going to keep this one pretty short. Like we said, Dustin's traveling. He's in a hotel, and I'm under the weather. I've been sick since last Friday, and if you can't tell by my voice already, it's hard enough to talk. So,
God, you're
Dustin
hard
just
to look at, let alone listen to
well,
now.
that's baseline. Baseline is hard to look
Yeah.
at, so I'm just making it that much worse right now. So I apologize if I cough or sniffle or whatnot. I'm doing my best here, so bear with me. I'll get the business elements out of the way really quick. So if you're listening to us right now, hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate any little thing that you can do. As a reminder, once we hit 200 followers or subscribers on our YouTube channel, we'll start sending out some prizes, and we plan to do more as we progress from that. So
We're
again,
close to 100. Yeah, or have we
yeah,
hit the 100 barrier yet?
we're at 96 right now, so we're halfway
Nice.
to that
Okay.
goal. We're averaging about 2 a week right now, so I want to up that ante a little bit. Let's the more
Yeah.
we
Hey,
get,
in
the
a
more they
year we'll
trickle
hit
in.
100.
So
200. Yeah.
high goals for us, right? No, we just enjoy it, and it's the more subscribers we get, the more likely we're going to have people come engage with
And
us.
yeah, interaction is great.
That's the key of what we're looking for. So, outside of
Yeah.
that, rate, review, like, download, all of it. We greatly appreciate it. And our chat is up and running. So if you have any questions or want to voice any opinions or anything, feel free to drop a line. We had some great conversation with Jared last week and asking some good questions. So we'd love to see more of that. So, just to start off, I only have a few news bits, so we'll start there and then kind of see where it takes us and see where the conversation flows. First thing I have is I know that Skeleton Crew is now completed, but it's been released that despite being like a fun and entertaining show, it's actually not doing well in terms of the numbers and the ratings and everything. There's a lot of speculation going on back and forth about what's causing that. A lot of people are attributing it to something similar to the movie Solo, when people were already frustrated from The Last Jedi. People are saying that the show The Acolyte was pushing some people away from wanting to watch this show. There might be some truth to that. Very well could be. I think another element is it's a kid's show, so less people will probably be as interested in it.
Boom.
So
It's a kid
that's
show, guys. Like,
yeah.
I don't, and I mean, like, I'm trying, like, I just got my son into like the kid, like, cartoon Jedi thing, and he
Yeah.
really likes it now. Like, considered like asking for Blippy or whatever, he's asking for that to watch on his
Nice.
iPad. So
How many episodes of that are there? Young
I don't
Jedi
know.
Adventures,
I
is
haven't
it?
looked. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of cute. I mean, it's a great introduction for him into Star Wars, but like, and he's a bad example, I guess, because he's 3.5, right? But with my 6-year-old nephew Aiden, he's not going to be like, "Oh, I want to watch Star Wars. I want to watch Skeleton Crew." Even like a 10
Right.
year old is probably not. So I
Right.
mean, the problem is it was a kid show that probably is being watched mostly by adults, who are
Yeah,
Star Wars fans.
for sure.
Maybe kids, maybe parents are showing their kids the show. But I mean, it's not. It's so silly to compare it to anything like even the show Acolyte, which was supposed to be a mainstream show for adults,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know. I think that has more to do with it than some of the other factors discussed.
Yeah, and they're listing some of their points or reasonings behind this. So, and I kind of like roll my eyes at some of them because again, it's a kids show. So here it says a weak story and plot. Okay, well, it's a kids show. It's probably not going to be as strong because it's if it's for kids, you don't want anything too complex, or they're not going to they're either not going to follow or they're going to lose interest immediately. So it's got to be more simplistic. Unremarkable character development. It's kids. I mean, how much character development is a kid going to go through unless it's, something traumatizing or I don't know.
I
And
mean, even in the Goonies, like there's not really much character development, you
right,
know? Like
right. What's more important in my eyes
you learn more
is
about Chunk than anyone else.
the truffle shuffle. Should
Yeah,
I do the truffle shuffle? No, I won't do the truffle
please don't.
shuffle. Um, and I thought John's character development was just fine. Like even the adult characters,
Sure.
parents not so much. But I'm more about the acting when it comes to a kids show because you'll watch some kids movies or kids shows, and the kids are just like it. It's the whole suspension of disbelief takes you away, even if it's a kids show.
Sure. Yeah,
I'm
I
trying to
get
think
that.
of a good example. I mean, even well, no, I won't say that, but I feel like more recent movies, the kids acting is just not as good as like older movies. Like I think of Sandlot, I think of Goonies, I think of The Mean Green. Like all these movies are freaking awesome, and the kids do a wonderful job. I felt the show, the kids did a great job as well. Maybe not quite to that level, but I thought they did well.
Hmm.
And then they say not using Star Wars universe effectively.
I don't know. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool.
Plenty of
The planet,
aliens. Yeah.
plenty of aliens, the planet being surrounded by the shield. I thought that was cool. The old Republic Mint was kind of cool.
You had
I mean, again,
starships.
I'm not saying the show was like excellent, right? Like, I
No.
think we enjoyed it, but I think people are a little too critical on the
Yeah.
show. There are tiers of things, right? And it's in a tier that's like we've discussed, kids show, so kind of has like graded on a curve a little bit in that regard. I don't know, but hey, I don't think our discussion is going to make or break, more people watching the show.
No.
I mean, our 95 followers probably going to, or 96, I'm sorry, 96,
Hey, those are
probably
just the
aren't going,
subscribers.
the subscribers, I know, I know. I'm just saying, like, we're probably not going to, you know, bring Skeleton Crew over the hump, but that'd be pretty cool, you know? Uh,
Skeleton Crew pays tribute to Detention Black AA 23, a Star Wars podcast, for lifting
for
their
their
show up.
massive rise in viewership. I will say this, though, Disney's not going to stop making Star Wars stuff, right? I
No.
mean, I'm sure the things you'll talk about are some projects they're discussing with a big name star attached to one of them. So
Oh yeah. Yep. That's one of the elements I got here. That's pretty cool.
yeah, so I mean, they're not going to stop making Star Wars. So I mean, I know it
No.
sucks that the show didn't perform as well, but I mean, maybe even Disney was like, yeah, this is probably where it should land. You know,
Yeah. No, for sure.
like for instance, right? I work for a sales company, right? Like the sales company does not expect me to sell as much in Wisconsin in January and
Right.
February,
Yep.
right? Like it's just, people are frozen in their houses. They're not going out and
L-
buying stuff, right? So
literally the past few days all over the country. I saw something. Every or each one of the 50 states has had snow this year. Isn't that crazy?
yeah, I think it's beautiful. You get to enjoy
Yeah.
snow. I mean, people obviously know how to drive in it at all. Even in the northern states, some people are
Oh,
just absolutely.
still terrible at driving in this snow or cold weather.
I know there's a joke, right? There's two snow drivers, right? There's the one that like acts like it's Armageddon, they have to go 10 miles an hour, and then there's the one that like, oh fuck it,
Yeah.
and they go like 90. And those two don't mix with the people that just drive, in the middle.
Yep.
So, but anyway, I'm
Quickly.
just trying to make the point. Sorry, just trying to make the point. Like, I'm sure Disney probably understood like this wasn't going to be a hit like
Yeah.
The Mandalorian.
Right. This was like an appetizer or like the bread bringing you to the next show, which will be Andor, which will a little more higher expectations on that one. Shout out to Star Wars Gazer. Says, hey guys, hey, right back at you. Give us any questions you have or
Yeah, Star Wars geezer. Is that what it is?
Gazer. Gazer.
Gazer.
Yeah.
Oh,
That remind
that just
when
sounds
I
like
hear
it's
the word
geezer.
gazer, I think of the game I used to play when I was younger, Ultima Online. There's these
Mm.
creatures called Did you play that?
No, that was. I know that was a big like MMO, right? Kind of like
Yeah.
the first one, really.
It's kind of like EverQuest or What was the other big one?
World of
World of
Warcraft.
Warcraft. Yep. But a gazer was like this magical, like floating eyeball. So I don't know. That's what I think of when I see the word gazer. And then their last point they had was low viewership. That's the only one I could be like, all right, well, you can get like facts and metrics behind that. So, and we already talked about like what could be impacting that low viewership. So, really
Because
not
these
a
streamers
shocker.
completely control the narrative on viewership. Like it's not like a Nielsen rating where like
Right.
there's public knowledge. So how do they know? They're just maybe there's leaks within Disney, but it's not like these things are disclosed. Like Netflix, like they don't even disclose viewership at all. Like
Right.
they'll just say, oh, if it's highly rated or not, but they're not like putting a number to it.
Is it like exit polls for voting and stuff like that?
I mean, kind of.
Can't really rely on it too much. The next piece of news I have, so it's kind of
Bless
along.
you.
What's that?
I said, bless you,
Oh, thank you.
you sick bitch.
Yeah. So for those that are just tuning in, I'm sick. Apologize. Bear with me. Um, I don't know if this is the one you were
Is this your
referring
bloody
to.
sock game?
Bloody sock game.
Come on.
What do you do in your free time? Holy crap.
You ever seen, Kurt Schilling with the Red Sox
Oh yeah, yeah,
with the
yeah.
bloody sock?
Yeah, yeah.
So like,
I see what you're saying.
when you're going after it when you're less than 100%, that's your bloody sock game.
Sure.
Or
Well,
sorry, probably you would have understood the flu game. This is your
yeah.
flu game.
This is my flu game. We'll do that. Um, so for Ahsoka season 2, there's a lot of rumors going around that Natalie Portman, or that Dave Filoni wanted Natalie Portman to reprise her role of Padme Amidala in terms of like flashbacks, so that they could
Yeah.
get
So I say
her,
it had to be flashbacks.
her, um, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker all back together again with the original crew, meaning Hayden Christensen and gosh, why am I spacing? Ewan McGregor. But that has been debunked. So that is not true information, at least based on the sources I have. So if you hear that rumor, don't quite get too excited. It sounds like it's just a rumor.
Wait, wait,
That,
wait, wait. Based on the sources you have?
yeah, Star Wars Newsnet released that they are.
Uh,
So I mean, it's not like my sources. It's just it's
public out
it's
public
public.
out there. Yeah.
Just the sources that I use, that I rely,
I
or
was just wondering if you had a source all this time that I didn't know about.
no. I wish I did. If you want, hey, if you're listening and you want to be a source, we'll use
Hey,
you.
hey, you know what? Speaking of Ewan McGregor, I was watching I don't know, I've never seen the Da Vinci Code, right? I saw Angels and Demons in theater.
Yep.
I never saw the third one ever, so I need to watch that. But I watched the Da Vinci Code,
Is that the
and then
lost symbol?
the Da Vinci Code.
No, the third book, or the
The third
third.
one's something Inferno, not Dante's
Oh yeah,
Inferno, but
yeah,
it's not Dante's Inferno, it's something Inferno. Anyway, but in Angels and Demons, Ewan McGregor is the priest
yep.
that like I forgot he was in that, So
Did you ever read those books?
nope, didn't read the books.
Books were great. Books were obviously better. They always are.
They are. It sucks because the way I consume books nowadays would have been helpful on a long drive.
Yeah.
I don't have any Audible credits anymore. I blew through them with the Bobaverse. So
Is it one? You get one free one a month though? Is that right?
yeah, if you're signed up for like their 12 months,
Yeah.
deal, and then you can buy them, but they're pretty expensive.
Yeah. So how else were you getting?
I had like 5 months accumulated.
Oh, gotcha.
So I had like 5 credits, and I just burned through all the Bobaverse books, and then I'm down to nothing. I
Okay.
gotta wait. Gotta wait a couple more days.
The other piece, this is probably the one you were thinking of, or that you want to talk about. So I'll let you take it away.
Ryan Gosling, who I always think of, the guy who tried to feed him, and all the. You remember that guy? He passed away.
What
He
do
was
we?
like a guy who like tried to feed Ryan Gosling in all his movies. He like made like little YouTube videos of it. And he got
Oh, I
sick.
see. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yep.
So it's Ryan Gosling, right? He got
Yep.
cast in a Star Wars project, which I
Yes.
think is excellent. I mean, that should bring a new viewership, right?
Yep. and it's with Shawn Levy's Star Wars film. And the
Yeah.
interest and the interesting thing about this one is because of that announcement, they've like bumped it up to the top of the priority list for which ones to like start filming and producing. So I guess just I mean, getting an actor like Ryan Gosling will put your project up in front. So very
Yeah.
interesting to see what happens with this. I mean, I think the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is still going to be the first movie that gets put out. Maybe this will be the next one because they said they might start shooting for the film as early as the end of this year with this news. So I mean, you can't go wrong with Ryan Gosling. So, like here it says, according to the Hollywood Reporter, Gosling's interest in doing a Star Wars movie has pushed the project to the front of the director's schedule. Okay, the director's schedule, not like Lucasfilm. The negotiations started late in the game and are supposedly the reason why Levy is now prioritizing Star Wars over another project in development, a boy band movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman for Paramount.
Oh boy.
Ryan Gosling's interest in doing a Star Wars movie must not only have excited Shawn Levy to the point that he's benching a reunion with his Deadpool and Wolverine stars, but also Lucasfilm. Not only would this jump ahead of schedule to become Levy's top project, it would also become the next Star Wars movie to go into production and therefore arrive in theaters after The Mandalorian and Grogu. So there you go. So both Shawn Levy and Lucasfilm are going to be prioritizing this film now. And I mean, we've seen in works that have star-studded casts, they tend to do better. Once again, beating a dead horse, but looking at you, Andor, like because of that great cast you had, it brought out such a great product, at least compared to all the other Star Wars stuff that we've been seeing. So
Yeah, I mean, but there's been plenty of flops, for movies that do have a star cast that just bad, you know,
like what?
like Craven the Hunter, right? I mean,
Oh,
that
oh,
flopped, and
okay.
that had Aaron Tyler something, right? That he's got three names. He's very well known. He's very popular.
Yeah.
Um, there have been a lot of projects that have flopped. I'm trying to think of one that it was just in the news. It had kind of an ensemble cast and didn't do very well. I mean, there's tons of them, right? But just because the product is shit,
Yeah.
you know.
So do you think this sounds like this is Ryan Gosling's want to come on? Or is it more well, actually to me it sounds that way. Because it sounds like Shawn Levy was kind of surprised. So then that's why he's prioritizing
Yeah, he was surprised that Ryan Gosling took all that cheddar.
it. I still have to watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
It's very good. It's very good. When you go into it knowing it's just going to be like a bromance
Yeah. I mean, it
with a
doesn't
lot of
like start off with
violence.
like Backstreet Boys and everything too.
Yeah, this is very good. Like one of the best intro scenes like recent movies for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, highly recommend. And it's on. I'm sure it's on HBO Max or whatever. It's probably even on Disney now.
So what kind of character would you see Ryan Gosling playing?
A Jedi.
Okay. I could see that.
Yep.
I don't really see him as much as a villain,
No, not yet.
but we'll see.
He hasn't
Uh
made that turn as an actor yet.
no. Do
He's
you know
also supposed to be in. I think it was Ryan Gosling. He's supposed to be in a movie of a book I just read. That's going to be very interesting. I'm very excited to see it.
does he have an Academy Award? Did he get one for Notebook?
I don't know, and honestly don't. I don't care. Like if I see like a tagline, Academy Award, it just doesn't really do much for me. Because also I know like those awards are bought and sold, you know,
They're so
so
political
they don't
too.
really, yeah,
Yeah.
they don't mean anything. So it's
The
just,
fact that it took Leonardo DiCaprio as long as he did to win a award is enough to tell you. I mean, how many star-studded roles has he played? And what was his first one? The Revenant. He finally got one.
yeah. I didn't even think that was that great of a movie.
It was okay, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I think it was more the effort he put in because he like actually ate like the heart or whatever when he's like eating the animal and he eats, I think it's the heart. He literally ate the actual heart of the animal. So the dedication he put in, I guess, is what helped get him that award. Um, I don't know why I was thinking this. Probably because we were talking about villains. The show that I just watched. Have you seen Squid Game?
No, I don't.
I
Not
just watched
interested.
this. I just watched the second season. It's so good. It's really good.
There's a good honest trailer about the second season.
Is there?
Hmm.
I might have to watch that after this. What do you not want to watch it, or is it just because it's like the whole? I mean, it's not quite to the level of like Saw or anything, but
I no, I don't know. I just it never really like same with like Tiger King.
that's
You know,
that's
like
completely different.
it's okay. So no, you gotta understand. I'm not saying that they're similar shows, but they were both like way up front in the zeitgeist,
Sure.
and I just had no desire to see them.
Okay.
I Squid Game. I mean, this is doesn't. There's just too much out there, and I would
There's
rather
other
watch
things
other
you would rather
things.
see. So what's on your because it's a low Star Wars time until Andor season 2 comes out. What is on your current show watching agenda?
So Silo just put out their last episode. Excited to watch that. Great show, great book series. Highly recommend. Shrinking is excellent, excellent. All these shows on Apple that nobody knows about, they're just like
Yeah.
phenomenal. You know, Severance is the second season of Severance is out. Um, and I'm trying to think. There's some more stuff that's out that's not just Apple, but uh, yeah. So those are shows that are on my radar right now. And then like Landman, I think is kind of a show that's in the zeitgeist that people are watching a lot of, and there's some good reception there. So
1923 season 2 comes out soon. Excited about
yes,
that.
yes.
I think that comes out in April too. That'd be like the same time as Andor.
I'm really excited for that movie Mickey 17 with Robert Patterson.
Which one's
He
that?
he's they call him an expendable.
Oh, okay.
He's just like a 3D printed human being. You know, they just send him out to die while they explore the universe.
Okay.
And then there's like some rule where like if there's more than one of them, they have to kill both of them.
I think I've seen something on this before.
It looks really interesting, and so I'm definitely interested in that movie for sure.
Okay.
That's one I would go see in theaters by myself. You know,
Do you prefer going to movies by yourself?
uh, so Callie's not a movie person, right? Like she's not a movie theater person. And then when you have like young kids, you know, you almost have to like take a half day or watch it, you know,
Right.
when the yeah. Like
I guess
Martin
I'm
Luther King Day is a great example. Like, you know, if you're off work, but the daycare's still open, you know, you take the kids to daycare, and if you're not taking a kid to that, you know, are you gonna get a babysitter to,
right.
go watch a movie? At that point, I'd probably just wait for it to come out on, streaming or something.
Yeah, I think the last movie I saw in theaters was Wonka 2 Christmases ago with my brother. Just
Yeah,
haven't
I've
gotten
seen
to a
quite a
movie
few.
long.
I saw Alien Romulus in the theater. That's probably the most recent one.
You saw Dune.
Yeah, Dune 2. That was for Alien Romulus. I think that was in March.
And
No, no, no. That was a
did you
while
see
ago.
Wolverine and Deadpool in the theater or that at home?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, I was on a work trip in Spokane, and there was like a theater right next to the hotel. And I got in a little early that evening, so I went and saw that. Um, yeah, I was pretty drunk from the flight, so I don't. I need to watch it again.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I need to get back to the theater. I love going because the popcorn. And that was the cool thing about like COVID because theaters were opening so you could come purchase their popcorn. I'm like, oh, I don't even need to go to a movie anymore. I can just go get a huge bag of freaking movie theater popcorn and bring it home. So
Dude,
I
let me tell you something.
I might have done that a few times.
Dude, let me tell you. So my parents got me one of those stand-up popcorn makers
Oh yeah.
for
Yeah.
Christmas. I found a way to basically make movie theater popcorn.
I've gotten pretty close with one of those, but not quite. So Are you exactly like it, or are you still just pretty close?
Dude, I've been eating like movie theater popcorn for as long as I can remember. I can hardly tell a difference.
So what's your trick?
It's the butter, like buttery flavored coconut oil.
I wonder if it's the same thing I have. Is
It
it
might
like a
be.
yellow bottle?
It's a big jar. And the one thing that
Oh,
sucks about it is like it has to be 76 degrees to be liquid form.
okay.
What house is 76 degrees? So it's like
My wife's
gelatinous.
mother's house, so my mother-in-law's house is.
Maybe I should bring it there. It's so hard to get into the pop thing,
Yeah,
the kettle, right? So I have to like get a heavy duty spoon, and I'm sure this is
stupid.
really good for YouTube, just scooping it up.
Well, we
Uh
found the thumbnail for this one.
yeah. Um so you get that, you get about a cup of that, or maybe a half cup, closer to half cup. Put that in there, put the kernels in, pop it. And then I take the little Orville Redenbacher's popping, like
Yeah,
the topping
yeah.
stuff. I just put a little drizzle over the top to kind of,
Okay.
kind of moisten it up,
Yeah.
right? And then salt it, boom,
Okay.
get it nice and mixed. Salt it again if you need some more salt. Dude, it's fucking
Is the
perfect.
machine you got, is it one like the one I have, or is it like the one on wheels and a little
It's the
bit?
one on wheels.
Okay, those are the legit ones. That's awesome.
Yeah. There's something I asked for Christmas. My parents are like, they're like, well, when we come and visit.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
that's awesome.
mhm.
Well, when we're there for the draft, gonna have to make some
Oh
popcorn then.
God, absolutely. I'm actually
So
surprised. I've been very um, I have been very disciplined, and I don't eat popcorn every day because I thought I would when I got it, but it is kind of a pain in the ass to clean.
yeah,
So,
that is my snack of preference though, popcorn. I mean,
mhm.
even for like work, we have our like birthday treat list. Like when it's your birthday.
I
Oh,
brought a
Cheez-Its?
little. I brought Cheez-Its on my trip because I knew I would get hungry. I mean, it's a 3 hour drive from Appleton to La Crosse, so and like seriously, dude, took me all through like Podunk, Wisconsin, which I
Yeah,
love, right? That's not a slight. Like I love like these little small towns that you drive
yeah,
through. You know, I find it much more interesting than driving like straight like interstate.
yeah. So is it the extra toasty?
No, uh these are the pepper jack ones.
Okay, extra
So
toasty is where it's at.
well, so that's all we buy is the pepper jack ones and extra toasty. I totally agree with you. What I don't like are any of the Cheez-Its that have like the powdery cheese things on
Oh
them.
yeah,
I
yeah,
hate that.
yeah.
Like
Oh, well,
they fucked it up. Like the white cheddar. Do you know how good white cheddar cheeses would be if they didn't have that shitty powder on them?
yeah.
They blew it. If anyone wants to talk about their snack preference, please chime in because that's what we're really here to talk about.
But I expect this popcorn because that's my snack of choice.
Dude, you'll
So
get popcorn when you come visit. Faux
okay,
show.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Which I know all of our listeners don't really care about this, but Dustin, so my brother, he can only go the first day, so I will probably stay with him Wednesday night, and then Thursday we'll come up and meet with everyone, and then after that I will probably stay at your house then. So
Does he live in Fond du Lac proper?
I don't know what's the difference.
I
Is
just
that
mean like like there's the main city, right? And then
he lives pretty close to the main city,
yeah. Okay.
a little bit out into the suburbs, but
It's really
fairly
he's only
close.
like 45 minutes for me,
Yeah, he's not too far.
which was closer than when you were living in Ham Lake for Cottage Grove, like almost.
It's a very valid point. Oh, that's weird to think. But I'm looking forward to the draft. That's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right. Well, I don't really have much, if anything else, if anything at all. So, unless anyone listening to us got any questions, brain
Tell us your
busters,
favorite. Tell us your favorite way to make popcorn because there's like a million different ways, and sometimes like microwave popcorn obviously is like just
kettle corn
the
for microwave. I like the kettle corn type.
yeah. I mean, I like don't get me wrong, like I grew up on microwave popcorn, right? But like there's a very distinct difference between that and like something you would get in a movie theater.
Yeah.
So that would be like my bottom tier popcorn. Like it's easy, right? So the matter of convenience is really what allows me to even want to eat microwave popcorn.
Yeah.
So like before we got the stand-up one with the the kettle with the thing
The
that
spinny
moves eats up
thing.
the oil.
Yeah.
We used to have the air popper one. It's like it stands up and then there's like a chute.
Yep.
I fucking hated that thing. I hated it so fucking much.
Yeah.
Dude, it would like shoot out the popcorn at such a like unless you had a bowl that was like 10 feet deep, it would just shoot the popcorn and then would like deflect out everywhere.
Yeah. And I had one of those like dome ones
Yeah, yeah, those are
where it was
cool.
like the black bowl with the,
Yeah. And
clear
then you could like
lid.
flip it over.
And then you put like the butter on the top circle
Yeah.
petri dish, the type thing. And then it kind of like dribbles down. That was okay, but not my favorite. I
Yeah, I'm excited for you to try the popcorn in our house.
yeah, I'm looking for. I want one of those things of my own as well. Those the ones on the wheels. I have like just one that stands, and it's not as good. So cool.
I have some
Well,
suggestions for you if it comes to that.
okay. I have like these things. They're like butter oil tube type things that you can add, and one of them it's pretty close to movie theater, but not quite. I'm a popcorn connoisseur. I can tell a difference. I choose my theater based off the popcorn. Like that Oakdale theater that we would go to for Star Wars movies, that had really good popcorn. So,
Nice.
all right. Well, I'll wrap us up after all this popcorn talk. I'll just run
Now
through
I'm
our
thirsty.
social media handles. Well, you got Cheez-Its to fill any kind of hunger you got. So get something to drink to wash it down too. But you can find us on DetBlock or on Twitter at DetBlock AA23pod, on Instagram at detention_block_AA_23, our Facebook group and YouTube channel, Detention Block AA23, a Star Wars podcast. And you can find us on TikTok at DetBlock AA23. Again, hit that subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to our 200 subscriber goal, which we will start handing out. Well, we'll do a prize giveaway at that. And then as we further on our subscribers, we will hand out more awards as well, or more prizes. So again, thank you for bearing with me as I'm sick. Again, another reason why we're cutting it short. But I just wanted to talk some of the news articles that came out, and of course talk with all you guys. So with that, have a great rest of your day, have a great rest of your week, and look forward to connecting again next week to talk some more Star Wars. So as always, may the force be with you.